Welcome to this video. In this video, I will introduce Rayrun HD series Casambi drivers. In this series, we have three models. The first is HDC50. The rated output power of this model is 50 watts, and the output voltage range is from 0 to 50 volt, and the output current range is from 0 to 1400 milliamperes. And in this table, there's the output power and the maximum output voltage relation. And this is a 2-in-1 model, so it can be configured as tunable white or single color output. The second one is a 35 watt model. The model number is HDL35. It's also a 2-in-1 model and also can work as tunable white or single color. The output voltage range is also from 0 to 50 volt, and the output current is also from 0 to 1400 milliamperes. And the diagonal size of this model is less than 50 millimeters, and it can fit most downlight or spotlight application. The third model is HDN20, and the output power of this model is 20 watts, and the output voltage range is also from 0 to 50 volt, and the output current range is from 0 to 1050 milliamps. And the diagonal size of this model is less than 40 millimeters to fit most spotlight or downlight application. For all these models, we use a push connector for easy wiring. Let's open the cap to have a look. And the power input and the power output are all push connectors. For CCT model, we can find the output port here. The first is common positive, and the second is cool white, third is warm white. And for single color application, the cool white and the warm white output will all be the negative pole for the LED light. Now I will connect the HDL35 model to LED light and the power and see how it can work. Now I connected the driver to the light and it's powered on. Let's open the Casambi app. Now I open the Casambi app and we can see the driver is listed here. Now the driver name is CCT-300 milliamp, and we tap on the icon of this device and you can select change profile to set up the function and the output current of the driver. From the profile list, there are different profiles with different current. We have from 200 milliamp to 1400 milliamperes for CCT and also for single color. Now the profile is CCT 300 milliamp, and I can switch to a single color one. For example, I switch to a single color 250 milliamp. Tap start update. And after the profile is updated, the driver will run a dimming process to adapt to the LED light. After the adaptation, it can drive the light very smooth and even at very low brightness. Now it changed to single color 250 milliamp, and now I switched back to the CCT profile. When selecting the new profile, please be noted that the output current must be in the range of the rated current of the LED light. For example, this light, the rated current is 350 milliamp, and I can only select the current below 350. Otherwise, the driver may destroy the light. Now I go to the profile of CCT 300 milliamp and tap on the start update. And after updating, the driver will adapt to the light again. Since it's a CCT light, it will adapt to the warm white and the cool white channel independently. Now I will add this light to a project. Okay, create a project and make a name, quite simple. And sharing, not shared, okay. Okay, now the project configuration is finished, and I go to my network and connect to the driver. The basic operation is quite simple. Slide left and right is dimming up and dimming down. Slide up and down is to change color temperature. This is quite simple. And the tab is to turn on and turn off. We have some advanced feature of this driver. Now let's double click on the icon and go to the parameters area. And there are 3 parameters with on-off fade time, with dimming curve, and the current trim. These parameters is not standard for Casambi, and this is developed by Rayrun based on the Casambi advanced extension interface. So we defined all these features, and this is unique features for the Rayrun drivers. For the on-off fade time, we can adjust the turn on and turn off fade time, and you can input the value by 0.1 seconds. For example, I want to go to 5 seconds, that is 50 times 0.1 second. And after the setting is changed, the light will flash once to acknowledge. Let's go back to have a look for 5 seconds on-off dimming. Turn on and turn off. Okay, that is fade time. And we can also go to the dimming curve. The default dimming curve is optimized logarithm, and we can also select logarithm or linear. For logarithm, the brightness changing is more visible to human eye with a whole brightness range. And you can go with linear. Linear is the output power is linear to the percent of the brightness. But in this way, the brightness change is not so visible as the high brightness. And the default curve is optimized logarithm. This option is between logarithm and linear. And the third option is current trim. The current trim is to adjust the output current of the driver with a step of 5%. The default current trim is original 100%, that means full current. And we can trim the current to a lower level. For example, I can trim the current to 60%. To 60% means the output current now is 300 by 0.6, that means 180 milliamperes. So with this option, you can adjust the output current of the driver very accurate to match different lighting fixtures. Now we go back to 100%. And another very important feature of the driver is the dimming method. We're using a full-time DC dimming method for this driver. And in the whole dimming range, it's always DC driving, and there is no PWM modulation, even at very low brightness. Now let's have a test of the low brightness performance of this driver. Now I go to a very low brightness, maybe 2%. Okay, and now I will turn off the environment light. It's almost fully dark now. Now I take the light and aim it to the lens, and we can see the light is very stable and without any flickering at this low brightness. And even at this very low brightness, we can still make on-off dimming. Now I change the on-off fade time to a much slower level. Let's go to 10 seconds, 100 by 0.1, that's 10 seconds. And the flash means accepted. And then let's make an on-off dimming with 10 seconds interval. Turn off. Very smooth. Turn on. Again, very smooth. With a 10 seconds interval of dimming from 0 to 2%. turn off again. So we can see in the whole dimming range, the light is always very stable without any flickering. Now I turn back the environment light and dimming up a little bit. So this is a basic function and feature of the Rayrun Casambi drivers. It has 2-in-1 model. For each model, you can select a single color or CCT with many options of output current. And there's advanced features of on-off fading, time adjusting, dimming curve adjusting, and also the current trim. And it's full-time DC dimming without any PWM modulation, and the light is 100% flicker-free. Even at very low brightness, we can see it's very stable and very smooth, and it can go to a very low brightness without any flickering. That's a basic feature and operation of the Rayrun HD series Casambi drivers. Thanks for watching.